So from IBM point of view, the first step of any data protection program is to discover and classify the data. So until you know where your crown jewels are, you cannot protect it. So the first step is you discover your data. It could be structured, it could be unstructured, lying on file systems, cloud, anywhere. So doesn't matter, right? So first you discover your crown jewels and then you classify that. So what I mean by classification is you put whether it is internal use, confidential, and also add a business context to that data. So once you get visibility in terms of where your crown jewels are, the second step is how do you protect that data. That's the second phase. In protect, the in protect what happens is you have to get real time visibility in terms of who is the user, what are they doing, from where are they doing, all of that, right? Who, what, when, where, how, all of those questions you need to get real time visibility, and depending on the level of risk you basically take an action. So that's the first part of the control. The second part of the control is to make sure your data at rest, data in use, and data in motion is encrypted, right? So these are the two controls which has to be taken care as part of the protect phase. Now protect phase is typically governed by access policies. Now not everything can be detected through policies, right? There could be some things which are out of the policies. So that's where the third phase comes, which is the analyze, where you need to have proactive visibility in terms of what is the risk with your data. This is where the AI/ML comes in, where you need to know what are the outliers in your organization, what are the anomalies, right? That's the third phase. Once you identify, spot the anomalies, then the fourth step is you respond, because you have the risk, now you need to respond, right? So that's where one of the best practices is to send that risk to a security operations center, which is typically a SIEM or a SOAR platform, and depending on the level of risk you either automate or orchestrate, right? So this is a journey that happens as you progress, it matures as you progress. And last but not the least is compliance, and that's where DPDP Act comes in India context, like GDPR. For India privacy, we have DPDP Act. So how do you make sure that you comply to those guidelines, right? So we have, from an IBM point of view, DPARC as a framework: discover, protect, analyze, respond, and comply. But the important point that I want to mention is, while each of these phases is important, the most critical part, even before you discover, is the data governance aspect of it, where you define what is your data security policy going to be, what is the data that you want to protect, what is the sensitivity of the data. Depending on the sensitivity of the data, how are you going to take an action, right? uh, all of those really matters. So basically, who are going to be your data owners, who are going to be your data custodians, what is your data resiliency plan. So it's basically like you need to have a plan in place even before you do all of these stages. If there is no plan, the the next stages will not really be so helpful. So data governance has to be the starting point.